I feel glorious, glorious. Got a chance to do it again. I was born for this, born for this. Who I am, how could I forget? That's a song that I found two people who, it's a Macklemore song, and that's the chorus, I think. And I think it's like a TikTok song. And there's a woman that I follow that sings that, and she's a dancer, and she sings that song every day and does her little glorious dance. I want to learn that little dance. When I learn it, I'll do it for you. And maybe my daughters will do it for me too. I may never become a TikTok star or a real star. That's not my goal. But she already was kind of an influencer. And there was this young woman that had been struggling or journeying really rough road with her cancer, and she sang that song, one of many. And anyways, this person that I'm following sings it every day, I think at like 9 o'clock in the morning or whatever. And she's a dancer and a choreographer, so she does it really well. Don't expect that from me. But anyways, those words that I sang at the beginning there, I feel glorious, glorious. Got a chance to do it again. I was born for this, born for this. Who I am, how could I forget? Good lyrics, right? Maybe you know the song, because I think it's a pretty popular one out there on the internet. And anyways, that's the song for today, Glorious by Macklemore. And yeah, have you been dancing and singing one today at some point in time to the songs I've posted? Siobhan, do you dance? Patty, Durette, Heather, get your dancing shoes on. So did you raise a little hell last night? Oh my goodness, because I sure did. I had the most surprising evening. You know, I cut the video a little bit short because I was feeling really tired, and went upstairs to lay down and thought, I think I'm going to throw up. Anyways, I went into this whole hour and a half of throwing up for the first time in years. I haven't had that side effect at all through this journey. I was really grateful about that until last night. And it's like, oh, I've just been saying to a friend, I wonder what it's going to be like when I'm in the hospital and throwing up all the time, because I'm not a good thrower-upper. And Seja said to me the other day, well, who is, Mom? I don't like throwing up. And she goes, well, who does? And I said, and I don't do it well. Well, who does? And I said, well, some people don't resist it. I resist it. I'll do everything I can to just lie there and will it to go away. Some people just get up and get it over with, but I prefer to try and change it somehow. I wrestle with it a little bit. Anyways, I got my opportunity last night to see what it's like, and wow, nuts. And so, long story short, don't want to tell you too many details about that. You don't need to know about that, but I had this big treatment scheduled for today, and I didn't know how I'd do through the night or if they'd let me take the treatment, because it was a full day of elixir infusions. Like, I was there from 8 o'clock in the morning. So here's the thing. They wanted me there early so I could get out earlier, because if I didn't go earlier, at 8:15 instead of 9:15, it would have been 5:30 or 6 by the time I got out of there. So for their own sake as well as for mine, that's why they wanted it. It's not that the day got longer, it's just that it started earlier so people could leave on time. And as it was, I was the last one to leave the center today, so it was they had to get all the things in. And so I did take the treatment. I'm really happy about that because, oh my goodness, it was going to be delayed. Like if I couldn't get it going today because of my episode last night, everything was going to get pushed by a week. And so they put me in a room, they did my vitals, they looked over my blood work, they called the doctor. The doctor came and examined me, checked my heart and my lungs and my stomach to see what he thought, checked what he could. And he said, well, what do you want to do? And I said, I want to do this thing. I've been waiting for it. August 20th was my, I geared up for that. I saw the people I really needed to see before I become more susceptible. I didn't want to wait another week. My stem cell transplant's already been postponed by a month. And it's like, I want to get this party started, right? So the nurses were great. They were saying, okay, we're going to party in here all day. And it's just like, yeah, all the drinks, all the tea and the water and the fluids that I was consuming intravenously and all the drugs they were giving me. I had so many drugs. I had and then meeting with the pharmacist, to tell me about all the new drugs that I was going to be being put on. And meeting with the dietitian, which is always kind of okay, well, what am I going to be told by a dietitian that I don't already know? So she was a little bit helpful, though, in managing some of the taste things that go on with me for food and how I can't taste food. And gave me some information about how I can enjoy food a little bit more. And so lots of meetings, lots of drugs, lots of drinks. It was a party, all day party. Lots of people coming and going, and the day went by very quickly. I'm very tired. I probably look very tired. You look so damn elegant after such a long day. Yeah, thanks, shoes. I need to probably go and wash I feel like my eyes are heavy from being in fluorescent lights all day, and I'm tired. A little bit from the treatment and just the length of the day in the stay. But thank you for saying I look good. Nice to hear. And Seja's making dinner. I'm so glad that she's here still with me. I don't know what I'd do without her. And she takes such care when she's creating food. She's grilling. What are you grilling, Seja? Asparagus and zucchini and mushrooms. We got a nice little care package from a neighbor on our doorstep last night. All kinds of herbs and baby fresh potatoes from the farmer's market, zucchini, and what else was part of that? Snap peas. Always nice to get fresh local food as a gift. It was so nice. So I'm feeling very grateful today that it went well and I'm not suffering. They gave me quite a few anti-nausea drugs. So hopefully I will have a good night without more diarrhea and throwing up, which some people suffer way more than I have. Like, I feel really blessed that those side effects haven't dominated my experience so far. So grateful. That will change a little bit with the stem cell situation, but boy, after last night, it's like whatever can help alleviate that. And honestly, if it's drugs, I'll take them, because you lose so much energy and hydration, and well, those two things are really important, right? Energy and hydration. Not to mention the unpleasantness of it. God, any good thrower-uppers in the room? Crazy. So I go back tomorrow for 4 hours of hydration only. They give me saline solution to just flush my organs so that, especially my kidneys, can be affected by this drug that they gave me today. So they want to make sure my kidneys are happy going forward. That's important, really important, to go towards stem cell with really healthy internal organs and healthy heart. And I had to have dental work to make sure my teeth were really clean and not cracked, and it's quite wild what they make sure is intact. And if you don't pass all those tests, then you don't go. And definitely have decided that that I want to go towards them. There was a time when I didn't think I did, because of the length of time. I'm going to be out of commission for a long time, and there's no guarantee on how much time it will buy me. So it's like, well, if I suffer greatly for 6 months and then have to be isolated for a year after that, what's the payoff? Like, what's in it? What's in it for me? And anyways, through my process, I decided I'm in it for me, and there's a few projects that I want to complete before I go, that I'm really looking forward to, codifying my writing, collecting it all from the bits and places, the journals that it's written in, and leaving my words and my stories behind, and for the girls, and organizing photographs, which I'm not supposed to handle old photographs, and most of mine are print, so I need to figure that out. But I guess bacteria lives on them, but maybe I can use gloves. I need to have a talk with my doctor on that. But just, putting some of those artistic things together for me, and for my and to leave something like that behind. Whether a book actually comes out from it or not, there's a lovely group, and one specific person who's taken the reins of this. She's gone through, like, for the last 2 years, I've been every morning, Monday to Friday, at 7 o'clock in the morning, 7-ish, lately, been recording a meditation. It's just kind of stream of consciousness meditation with a preliminary, and I say a few words about something, and it's usually it's the first thing that I do in the morning. So I get up and I pee, and then I come back and I record a meditation, just about 20 minutes long, and post it on my website. And you can subscribe to them, there's a sliding scale there. I think $5 or $10 is the lowest, or more. It's a monthly subscription. Anyways, there's a group of people that have been very committed over the last 2 years, and one of them, Jackie Moore, has taken on the task of culling through them all and creating, kind of choosing the ones that kind of shone out for her, the most potent ones, and we're going to make a grouping of them, and we're going to sell them. And the suggestion was a 2019 group and a 2020 group. And there's lots of sameness, but I think there's a difference, especially, I don't know. You'd have to listen to them. I'm curious to see what she's plucked, but she's done that task of collecting, and because of the 40-day theme, she's picked 40, I believe, from 2019 and 40 she's working on picking 40 of them from 2020 to make 2 books, or 2 collections. And then I'm thinking, because of my love of photography and because of my love of writing, there'll be maybe a little chat book that goes along with it, that I could write a few words about what was said in the meditation, kind of embellish it a little bit, and choose an image that further makes the point of whatever the meditation was on, because I focus on one word on every meditation. And I try not to repeat too many words, although there's a few words I think that get repeated, but yeah, I really love the structure that brings to my life, and that is one of the first things I started doing again after I got out of the hospital, was recording those meditations. Well, it took me a month maybe to get back to having the strength to do that, because I was pretty not good at the beginning. And though I couldn't do much in month 2, I could do that. And my voice is creaky in them due to weakness and the steroids, but yeah, I loved it. Sit at 7 is what they're called. And yeah, so you'll hear about that maybe at some point in time. Let me know if you'd be interested in that. I'm not sure how we're going to sling them or anything, but kind of fun to put a creative project together. So that kind of stuff, creativity is such good medicine. When I'm working on something creative, I come alive too. So, and then highlight, and we'll be posting something soon of the photo shoot that we got done the other night. Oh my gosh, such an amazing evening that was, and so good to get those pictures taken. I'm not used to being in front of the camera at all. I'm more used to being behind it, so I was a little awkward. The girls were amazing. We got some, and the sky and the river, oh my God. We just got the most beautiful night, even included a little rainbow. And if I'm repeating myself, I honestly can't say that I remember what I said last night, but so nice. I'm so pleased. I'm so grateful to Lorraine for the way she saw us and the way she knows us. She's been through a lot herself, but she's a beautiful photographer, and she has a sensitivity to, because we laughed, we cried, you should have been there. She got it all. The quiet moments, the simple moments, the hard moments, the joyful moments, the connected moments, the single moments, some sister moments, some just me moments. And yeah, very grateful for that. So watch for those coming out soon, as part of this documentation kick that I'm on. But Thank you, Carrie, for the meditations. But I'm still figuring out, and I think Carrie's going to help me figure out what we're doing with these Instagram live videos, where we're going to post them and how we're going to do that, because I didn't want to have every single one on Instagram all the time. I don't really know what I'm doing with that, so they'll be on there for a little bit, and then we need to just figure out where I'm going to store them. So we're figuring that out, and that might change. But if you have any questions for me, and listen, they can be curious questions, because you can be sure if you've got a question, other people have too. I could answer questions on these little lives, so you can just DM me your question. And if you don't want me to say your name, I won't, which is only right, kind of too. But questions like, just ask me questions about me, or about what bothers me, or what the stem cell process, transplant process is, or what my thoughts are about, the future or the past, or how do I handle the moments? Am I feeling anxious? Just any questions that you have in your mind. I don't mind answering them. That was the kind of kid I was. I was very curious about people that were sick and dying. I had what many people refer to as morbid curiosity, but I can see that now as the yogi is very curious about death and life and the process, and as a way of being prepared for it. And there's a lot of wisdom there too in reading about people and talking to and listening to people who have acknowledged that they're dying. There was this one quote or story that I read years ago, and I loved it, and I'm going to botch it up here, I know, but it was the way I recall it, and maybe you've heard it too, is there was a young man who was interviewing an older woman who was in the last chapter of her life, and he just said, I've got to ask, and maybe she had attained something in her life, so he was supposedly interviewing her about her work before she left the planet. So he said to her, I've got to ask the question, how does it feel to know that you're going to die? How do you live knowing that you're going to die? And she said, I'm curious about the same thing. How is it for you, she said to this young man, to live ignoring that you're going to die, pretending that you're not? And it's so true, it's such a subtle line that it's like, and it was the same for me until, it was such a small little line that raised my awareness. And I don't think anyone knows. I don't think anyone can know what it's like to actually get, you have 6 months to live, or whatever it is that they tell you at the time. And then even that, it's there's so many other factors. The power of prayer, miracles, and all those things factor into it. It's I don't really know. I don't really know what my experience is going to be going forward. I don't know how long I'm going to live, but it's in my awareness much more than it is in yours, even if you do spend time contemplating your own death, right? It's like, how often do you? Have you picked out funeral songs? Oh yeah, like, have you imagined your own funeral? I have so many times that I don't even know if I'm going to have one. You know, what kind of a ceremony to honor the end of my life is going to occur. It's mostly, I think, for the people that are left behind. But yeah, I loved that. I loved that saying of his, or that little story. What is it like for you living but pretending you're never going to die? It's a good question. I'll Google that story and try and find what she really said to him, because I think it was better than the way I tried to relay it. So, yeah. It's a good day to be alive and to be here with you. After a wild raised a little hell kind of night last night, and then coming back to equilibrium today. The body's freaking amazing, I'll tell you. I'm just amazed at, more amazed than I've ever been with my body, and not in the way that I've ever been amazed, you know? I've never had this kind of a challenge before. I've been well most of my life. And so it's fascinating to watch how a body changes so quickly and can go from brink of death to vitality, with both alternative and medical help. But wow, you know, it's these are fascinating vehicles that we've earned and been blessed to have acquired. And yeah, it's fascinating journey. So, okay, now I'm trying to remember the song at the beginning. Oh, Glorious. So go and listen to the lyrics. It's a bit raunchy. It's not my favorite song in some parts. I do like some of the lyrics a lot, and I love the main message of the chorus. I feel glorious. I sing that when even I'm having a hard moment, although I wasn't singing that. I needed someone to remind me, maybe. It's the thing with being on my own, like not having a person. Many people going through this journey have a person, like a spouse or a beloved that they are walking with. And as much as my girls are the closest to that, I'm not their I'm top of their list, but I'm not their priority. They have people that are their person. And I'm a very important person, but I don't know that I'm number one on anybody's list. And rightfully so, if they have other people that they're committed to. So I'm my person. You know, I've got me, babe. That's the song I've been singing for the last couple of years, you know, Sonny and Cher. Anyways, going back, I wasn't singing I Feel Glorious for the 2 hours last night that I was checking my cookies. I needed someone to remind me to sing through that and have a little fun with it, because I was not in my sense of fun. Yeah, I was worried. Am I going to have to... My hospital bag wasn't packed. If I spike a fever, I have to go to the hospital. And I didn't want to go to the hospital, and my bag wasn't organized and ready, and I was in no state to do that. So tonight, I'm going to pack my hospital bag in case I spike a fever and have to go, because I'm admitted immediately. if I get any kind of a fever. And so there's been a lot of tough talk tonight. No real fun stories. Sorry about that, but hey, it was a big cosmic center day for me, so that's what's on my mind today. And so shoot me some questions if you have questions that you'd like me to answer. And Manorama, I definitely want to talk to you about my idea. I'm so excited about it. It might actually come into manifestation with a little help from you. But you're the person. You're a person that, I don't know if I'm top on your list, but I know how much you adore me and are there for me when I need you. But a fun creative project, Lenorma. Oh, and this necklace that you see me wear, I've got the Sanskrit letterings. Can you see the inscriptions or the Sanskrit on here? I don't have my ring on today. It kept falling off. But I've got that Sanskrit facing my body. And I believe this one is Jivan Mukta, what is written on here. Pardon me, my Sanskrit teacher, my beloved friend, if I don't get that right. And Kira found a ring, Surya Jewels. Manorma makes beautiful jewelry with Sanskrit on it. And the name of her jewelry company is Surya, Surya Jewels. If you want information on that, again, DM me and I'll try and find a link or something to post. I just am loving wearing beloved things on me, on my body. And these little earrings that I have been told look like little pot earrings, like little marijuana leaves or something. Can you see them? This is actually, do you remember giving these to Seja for her, I think it was her graduation gift quite a few years ago, Manorma. We referred to them as lotus flowers, not pot leaves. But they don't make my ears itch. I love them, and so she's kindly let me wear them. And they're from you. And thank you for the people who have sent me art to put on my walls, and notes and cards and photographs. There's almost always something in my mailbox or in Kiara's front porch, so I'm loving the stuff that is coming in the mail to decorate my hospital room with. So thank you. So throw me a question for tomorrow night if you want. It'll help me talk to something that you are curious about, and sky's the limit. If I don't know, I will say I don't know. But I love you. That I do know, and I'm very grateful for your company. So without further ado, I will say good night to you.